Make the strings louder.
I got a special surprise for you guys today. I know you guys are anxiously awaiting this. Alright guys, so I got the Saab back from the frame shop. So I took this thing to the frame shop a couple days before, like a day before I went to Texas, which was on Wednesday. So basically dropped it off on Wednesday and I picked it up on Tuesday. It was actually done on Monday. I think he actually had it done over the weekend. But so anyhow, if you guys remember the issue that I had with this, it had a really, really bad fender gap right there. Because basically this whole passenger side of the car was 1 inch higher than the driver's side of the car. So he went ahead and he put it on his frame rack and he said basically this side was up and this side was down. So yeah, he said he got it really, really close. And so I mean from looking at it, I mean you could definitely tell that it's not an inch taller on that side than it is on this.
I mean, the bumper looks level now.
Yeah, the bumper looks level. The headlights look good. The other thing is the fenders. Like that weird gap in the fenders is kind of good. But one of the things that we're gonna do, I guess before we get started with this little bit of a Saab project, is beneath this whole thing of like, I don't know, project crap, I have some Honda things. So basically, in this movie, I'm gonna be getting rid of some Honda things. Hey, you don't want to be in my movie? Oh, but. He's here to buy some Honda parts, so I'm going to be getting rid of some Honda parts. I basically have a B16 block, B16 head, like an Edelbrock intake manifold, a B16 tranny that has like a scratch going into third. What? The intake manifold? Yeah. And then some wheels, and what else? I don't know, too many things for too cheap of a price, but
yeah, too cheap.
It's too cheap, but I'm at least getting rid of some stuff, and I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about building a Honda.
Yeah, I think you should just keep it and build a Honda.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I don't want to sell it anymore. All right, see you later. All right, guys. So I guess I'm gonna dig out all this stuff and start my Honda build. So yeah, this is a hand I found on the side of the road one day, and I forgot about it. It's just been hanging in this box. It's not a real hand, it's plastic, but I literally seen it like on the side of the road one day and I like turned around because I thought it was like real. Anyhow, here's all the B-Series stuff that I have that I'm basically getting rid of. One of my buddies, the motor in his, or the engine in his Civic, which is a D16 Y8, is kind of, you know, on its last leg, still doing all right, but consuming a little bit of oil, not getting the greatest, you know, MPG. And so he's always been a, you know, real big Honda guy. So, and I've had this B16 block. I think it's a B16A2. Obviously B16 head, an Edelbrock intake manifold, the crank, the rods, the pistons, the main caps. You know, I mean, it's damn close to being almost a full swap if you actually just put it all together. I have like a clutch, 2 trannies, like a B16 tranny and an LS tranny, and just, I don't know. It's kind of at that point to where I'm just never going to do anything with this Honda stuff anymore. And he messaged me the other day and was like, hey, do you still got that B16 stuff? And I was like, yeah, like I'll dig it out. So he came over here and you know, we kind of agreed on a price, and so he's going to go ahead and take it. But yeah, so I guess that's not really the last of my Honda stuff, because I still have like 2 stupid like D-Series motors over here, and then I still have another B-Series. I don't know, I got like a forged B-Series bottom end at my dad's house, like another like B16 head and some other stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just kind of nice to be able to get rid of some of this crap. Not crap, I mean, it's all like, any of you guys who know Hondas, you know that this stuff is actually worth like a decent amount of money. It's crazy if you get like a JDM like B-Series engine from like an importer, they're like 4,500 bucks, something insane, and you get like a JZ for like 2,300 for like a 2J.
RB for like 10 grand.
Yeah, and an RB for 10, and then like a 20B 3-rotor.
Oh, a 20B is like 12 now.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, and there's no warranty. Like there's no startup warranties on the rotors and stuff.
It may blow up when you start it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this stuff tomorrow, load it up in the truck, and kind of take it and deliver it to him because all he has is his car. But anyhow, so I guess that kind of leads into this guy. I should probably get going home and edit the other video of the dirt bikes and stuff. But we'll get back to this tomorrow. I'll get all this crap loaded up and we'll go from there. Hey, you're not supposed to cry. All the YouTubes is gonna see you. Yeah. Aww. Poor baby.
No, of course you're crying.
What?
It's okay.
She just needs to cry a little bit. So anyhow, today guys, yeah, so I'm gonna go deliver the Honda parts today. Get rid of those, and then we're gonna start working on the Saab. So, yeah. But I just figured I'd show you guys the crying baby because
She needs a nap.
the other baby needs a nap. But you know, I show a lot of like the happy baby here and there, but sometimes the baby's not happy all the time. So I just figured I'd show you guys that the baby cries. But even when she cries, she's the cutest thing ever. But off the shop we go. Alright, so back at the shop, gotta fire up this dirty old 6.7. I got the front windows tinted in here. So it's actually a little bit nicer in here. There's like shade and stuff. But still doing that stupid issue where it doesn't move until it's basically warm, which is really inconvenient. But that's another thing I might do today is stop by the junkyard. And we have a local junkyard around here. They have a 2011 and then a 2014. 2014 is cabin chassis, which has the same turbo as this, which is 2015 turbo. So I'm gonna see if I could borrow an ECU. Dave knows them over there. You know, Junkyard Dave, he knows them pretty well over there. So hopefully we can just borrow it. I could bring it back in here, throw it in, program it, see if that gets rid of my issue because this is a Canadian truck with like a Canadian ECU. And I think when they actually imported it, I think they had to swap over the gauge cluster and, you know, actually convert like the kilometers to miles and stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I guess, what's gonna happen. I'm gonna let this thing warm up for like, it seems like a damn hour is how long it takes. But it's, I don't know, I guess it's not terrible. It takes like 20 minutes or so. Normally I prop like a stick. I got a stick under here, and since the seat is power, I just like pull it forward, and then it just, you know, revs up pretty crazy. So not crazy, but I idle it at like 1500, so it actually warms up quicker. So it's at 66 degrees right now. It's 12:30, and it's like I said, it basically doesn't really move or have any power until you hit 160 degrees. Like, watch, I'll hit it to the floor. And you can just tell right there that it's not very responsive. So still having issues with that. See, there's an ECU. It's on the 2014, which this is the chassis cab one, which has the same turbo and everything. So hopefully I'll basically be able to get it, program it, and see if that gets rid of my issue. So this is the ECU that I got at the junkyard or whatever. This is out of like a 550 cabin chassis essentially. So I hope that it'll work. So basically, I guess what I need to do is start by programming this truck back to stock so that it will actually allow the programmer to program this thing to the aftermarket tunes or whatever, which is basically for like the 2015 turbo and everything. So hopefully it all works out. I'm not sure if it will. I might have to talk to the tuner and ask him what he thinks. So I might do that, but it's a little bit late, but I'll kind of plug it in and see what it does. So we'll go from there. Alright, so bad news. I basically returned this truck back to stock, unplugged the stock ECU, and then tried to plug in that the other ECU, and it basically plugged in the fuel pump and everything turned on. It sounded like everything was good to go, but then it basically came up here on the dash and it said like starting system fault or something like that. So I'm pretty much assuming that that's going to be something with like the anti-theft device because it's not recognizing like the proper key or something like that. But I don't know, maybe it shouldn't even have anything to do with that, just because it's not really the I don't know, maybe I figure all the theft stuff should be in the the body control module, but I might be wrong. The other deal is that ECU is actually out of an F550 like cabin chassis, and we're pretty much just borrowing it. I didn't buy it from them. We know the guys over there at the junkyard, decently well, so they're let us kind of take it and see if it worked. And if it worked, I was going to go back and pay them, but instead we'll just take them back to ECU. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what is up with this thing, because the ECU is the Canadian one, and then the tunes are like for like a US truck. I don't know. The tuner hasn't got back to me in like 2 weeks, so it's kind of frustrating just kind of dealing with this thing, because I really would like to be driving it all the time and using it, but you can't really do much with it when you have to like let it warm up for like basically 30 minutes minimum, and then even then when you pull out in traffic you feel like you're gonna get ran over because it doesn't make any power. So I'm basically just uploading the street tune back to it right now, but I'm gonna go inside and start messing with the Saab a little bit. So yeah, back at the shop, I'm gonna go ahead and get the front of this thing welded on. I don't have much to actually weld, basically just the little headlight buckets, and it should be super simple, and then I could officially like bolt on the headlights and the fenders and all that stuff, kind of get it lined up to where I need it to be. And then I was gonna start kind of prepping these things for paint, but I don't have a whole lot of time today, so I'm pretty much just gonna get that stuff welded, and then that should be probably the next video. I'm gonna kind of prep these panels and get them ready, at least the hood, the front bumper, and the rear bumper. We'll probably do a little bit of body work and stuff on it. I don't know, I'm still kind of not sure where to go with this thing, because it's just like that slippery slope of painting, because it's like it's not too big of a deal to do the back bumper and the front bumper and the hood, but then if you really start looking at it, like this door needs work, the quarter has a little thing on it. I've already explained a lot of the little damage, but the car basically went through the barbed wire fence. And then this is the biggest issue right here, is you could see kind of going up the pillar and then on the roof, and then it's like if I'm gonna do that, and then you almost gotta go into the, I mean I could blend it about right here, I could just do that, but then the roof, I gotta paint the whole roof. It's like if I'm doing that, I mean I might as well just pull out the scuffing pad and spend an afternoon scuffing it, and then just mask the whole thing and just be like, all right, we're getting her painted. But I don't know, I really don't want to do that right now. I basically just want to kind of put it into service, start driving it, and not worry a whole lot about trying to make it like a cream puff. I mean, it is pretty much a daily driver. I honestly would almost be like okay with it exactly how it is, just putting the grills and everything in it and just driving it with even the gray bumper, or the black bumper, but that's not going to do it any justice. Since I do have like the nice front bumper, I do want to paint it, at least the color, but I'm going to get to doing that. Alright guys, so that's not the final product obviously, but just a quick little mock-up of it to kind of see. I still need to pull this hood down a little bit, or kind of squish it down on that side, or actually maybe pull the fender up a little bit in there, so that shouldn't be too hard to adjust. This is basically it, just kind of loosely mocked up to kind of see what it looks like. This is the first time for me actually looking at this Griffin bumper, kind of with the lower fog light and the upper grills and stuff. One of the different things about it is it doesn't have like the open bottom end, and it has that like honeycomb grill. The fog lights are a lot bigger, and then the Griffin grill right here, it says Saab a lot bigger than it typically does on another bumper. But yeah, Saab parts is where you get those things. They're not available here in the United States, so it's really cool. I'm definitely stoked for how this thing is kind of turning out now. I was pretty bummed and disappointed when, you know, the whole frame thing was kind of messed up. But one of the things I really do like, I guess I'll have to probably turn on the key. Do I have to turn on the key? Okay. But yeah, one of the things I do like is they have like these little LED like daytime running lights on the top. And then I'll probably have to start it. This is the first time sitting in it with the airbag sensors on too. So hopefully it doesn't give me no airbag lights. It's telling me all kinds of things about the cornering headlights and the fog lights. It's not really, I know it has the airbag code right there. It's not, it didn't say anything on the dash, but yeah, another thing that I really like about this year of Saab specifically is that it actually has like the HID headlights, and then these are the ones that are cornering. So when you turn, they turn with the road, which is really cool. Really expensive. I mean, for what I don't know, almost for what I paid for the car is what the headlights are worth, or actually more for this car specifically. Sorry, I have allergies, but yeah, guys, that's I guess that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. Sorry that it I mean, it didn't involve a whole lot of Saab stuff. It was kind of me getting rid of the Honda parts and a couple other things around the shop. I forgot exactly what else we did, but yeah, got rid of some Honda parts and kind of fixed this guy. Tested the ECU and the F250. I definitely think I'm gonna have to deal with something with like the anti-theft system, or actually programming the key on there. I'm gonna talk to the tuner and see if he'll actually, you know, get back with me and see what he says about it. I don't know, that's just kind of frustrating with that whole truck situation. But honestly, when I first got it running and I set the cab down on it and it still had all the emissions like the DPF and all that, it fired up and I thought it revved just fine, like, you know, right away. So maybe since I was kind of planning on selling that truck, is you know, because I do think I want the Lariat or the Platinum one. I was thinking about just going ahead and basically returning it all to stock, because most of the people, a lot of the counties around us are actually emissions counties, so they would have to have like the emissions stuff on there anyhow to get it registered, which might make it easier to sell anyhow. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in a couple of days.